Bobby Dirkens here. First of all, hello to all my Clemson brethren and everybody else who joins in. You're all welcome. Just want to talk about earlier today, I turned on the Paul Finebaum show. I should have known that's a mistake because first, he loves the SEC, though he says he doesn't, but they're the ones who really promote him. Hey, Paul, I'm going to say this to you. I don't blame you. If I was paid as much by what caused me to get my fame, I'd love them too. Man, I'd be at every, right down to Vanderbilt game, just, yeah! Woo! But, I'm going to have to say this. There's an obvious hate for the Clemson Tigers. It's like when you go home and you find your grandparents making out. And though you're proud that they both found love, then you realize that they had to do much more to get you here. And it makes you want to go out back and vomit. That's how I felt today when I turned on the Finebaum show. Some caller from Massachusetts, and we know what a great fan base they have up in Massachusetts over Clemson, he called in and gave his top 4 teams who will make the playoffs for this year. He claims he wasn't a Clemson fan. He named out a few other teams. Some I agree with him. Some I don't agree with him. I think he'd been smoking meth or something. But he mentioned Clemson, and that's all it took for Paul. Paul didn't talk about the other teams who were obviously wrong. He talked about Clemson. Why was it he talked about Clemson? Why was it that is the red button to Paul Finebaum's heart? It's because they beat Bama. It's because they were in the national championships 2 years in a row. It's because they're not part of the SEC. It's because that he's probably part of the sect. Let me tell you this faction there is. My wife's been going to community college and taught me the word faction. Anyway, part of this group of people who absolutely despise Dabo Swinney. The day he was hired and he got out there, he's jumping around, he's excited, kind of like all of us are when they're doing good. They didn't like him. You know why they didn't like him? Because he wasn't standing on the sidelines looking miserable. You just won the national championship, Coach Swinney. What do you think? Boy, that's a leader, isn't he? He's all business. You know what I say about that? You're all miserable. You look like no matter how much you win, you're not thankful for it. No matter how much you graduate players and they go on, whether it's in football or not, and they end up out there in life doing good or not, you don't care. All you care about is you. And then once you complete what you're going for, you're still not happy because you're a miserable human being. In any other area of life, what will we say about those people? They're miserable, and we don't want to be around them. Oh, but you put them on the sideline and give them the name coach, all of a sudden it's okay to be a jerk. Dabo Swinney enjoyed it. Just like if I ever coached football, I'd be jumping around cutting cartwheels. I'd be slapping fire with the cheerleaders. I'd pick up the tiger, take his head off, slam it on my head, and run down there and get a 15-yard celebration penalty. You know why? Because I'd be happy. There are a lot of people made fun of Swinney. I said, he doesn't have that businessman look. You mean constipated? Then what happened? Time there? Yeah, some bad things happened, but he's having to rebuild some stuff. He's beat Oklahoma twice, and handily at that. Every time people, you don't know what they're going to face against Oklahoma. Oklahoma had no idea what they were going to face. Let's talk about Ohio State. First of all, there's some good Ohio State people out there who follow me, and you were nice, you were cordial, and if you would have won, I'd have been cordial to you. And of course, just like any fan base, including Clemson, there's some douches out there that I'd like to punch in the face. I mean, royally break their nose. Everybody said that, including Joey Galloway, the man with the straightest teeth on television, said, it's not going to happen. Ohio State is going to win the game. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. And then they lost 31-0. Urban Meyer don't want to even talk about it.
I mean, what do I say? I mean, I'm really not going to address it.
You know why? Because you ain't got nothing to say. And I respect Urban Meyer. Brings me back to this. Why does Paul Finebaum hate Clemson so much? Is he secretly wanting them to end up in the SEC? Is he secretly hoping that Lake Hartwell will swallow it up? I don't know. But I tell you, it was a button for him. And another thing, go on YouTube. Type in Paul Finebaum's reaction to Clemson's winning drive. When Watson, on that glorious eve, rolled out to his right and threw a pick. Not a pick. That'd been bad. Sorry, my old mind's leaving me. He rolled out there, threw a pass to Hunter Renfro, and guess what happened? The walk-on caught it. He got drilled and still held on to the ball. They won the national championship, and Paul Finebaum looked like he had walked in and he had saw his grandma kissing his daddy slap in the mouth. You know why? He's an SEC fan. He hates them. But all I'm going to say to everybody else who's just calling up thinking, oh, it's just a Clemson thing, I'm going to challenge some of you schools, and I'm going to call you out. Southern Cal, wait till you start doing good again. And this year, you look like you got a pretty good team. He'll hate you too. Oh, Penn State. Oh, what a story of redemption. You're coming back. We have Franklin who's rose up from coaching at Vanderbilt and getting them to win. He'll hate you too. Oh, we want to talk about Tom Herman at Texas. We don't know how they're going to do, but he'll hate you when you start winning. Point is, Paul Finebaum, as long as you're an SEC team, he loves you. You're not? You're dead to him. So I'm challenging all my brethren out there, whether you wear orange or not, to call him up and say, are you still a journalist? Do you still care about football, or you just care about SEC football? Don't blame him, though, because if I got the check because of them, we could be talking about doo-doo state football, and I'd be all doo-doo state. All I'm saying is, if you're sitting out there and you even hate Clemson, and you're not a South Carolina fan because they're part of SEC, so he'd be happy with them. But anyway, just know, if you have success and you're not in the SEC, he won't like you either. Bobby Dirkens saying, real talk. Somebody taught me this. Mic drop. Ping! Dirkens.